In Lesson 1, we learned that information has absolutely nothing to do with the final decision. And once we get rid of our addiction to information, things get a lot easier. So in this excerpt from that Singapore workshop, we're going to talk about how the human mind actually makes the decision. And then we're going to take it to a new level in upcoming lessons. But listen closely now because we need to know the basics of how the human mind makes the decision. So let me show you what that is. How many people here would like to know how they do make a decision inside of their brain? Inside the brain, there's two parts. Part number one is called your conscious mind. How many people here have a conscious mind? All right, your conscious mind can think. Right now you're thinking. It can learn. Smells, talks, listens. Right now we are all using our conscious mind. It's the thinking, learning part of our brain. Are you all familiar with your conscious mind? It can think and it's brilliant. It's smarter than the smartest computer because you can understand body languages and you can understand nuances computers can't. Our conscious mind can send people to the moon, bring them back, figure out algebra, order from the menu. So you're all familiar with your conscious mind. So if you're taking notes, write down this little sentence. Conscious mind can think. And that's what we're doing right now. We're thinking. Conscious mind can think. Now your conscious mind can only have one thought at a time. Only one. You can't think of two things at the same time. But it focuses on one thing at a time. While your conscious mind is thinking or learning, the other part of your brain takes over. And that's called the subconscious mind. Now, your subconscious mind does not think. So if you're taking notes, write down subconscious mind does not think. It can't think. It does something else in your brain. Your subconscious mind does everything else to take care of you so your conscious mind can think. So your subconscious mind does not think. And then next to it, write down, it works on automatic programs. Works on automatic programs. There's programs in your subconscious mind says, if this happens, we do this automatically. Let me give you an example of a subconscious mind program. In the United States, we're shopping for clothes and we're looking at some clothes and a sales clerk comes up and the sales clerk says, "Can I help you?" And we automatically say, in the back of our mind, if anybody ever says, "Can I help you?" we automatically say, "Oh no, I am just looking." It's automatic, we don't think about it. That's an automatic program. Let's try this automatic program. You're walking down the street and somebody smiles at you. What do you automatically do? Smile back. Now it's an automatic program. You don't say, "Oh, somebody smiled at me, the corner of their lips moved up slightly. They moved 13 facial muscles to do that. And what could that possibly mean? What should my response be? Which muscle should I do to respond? What message would I..." We don't think, we just automatically smile. You get in an elevator to go up in a tall building. And another person is in the elevator when you walk in. Where do you stand automatically? Do you stand next to that person? Oh no. Singapore elevator rules, you have to stand on the other side of the elevator, facing them. But it's automatic. We do that without even thinking. So the subconscious mind does not think, it works on automatic programs. And it does something special about decisions. Now, while you're thinking and listening to me right now, you might have started falling over. But you have a program in your subconscious mind that says you go over 20 degrees, tighten up some muscles over here so you don't fall on the floor on your face, because that would be embarrassing. So your subconscious mind automatically tightens some muscles over here so you came back. How many people here have to think, "Time for my heart to beat again"? That's an automatic program, right? In the back of your mind there's a program that says every second, it's a good idea to have your heart beat. If you're running, maybe do it a little bit more. How many people here had to think about your breathing? Oh, that'd be a good time to breathe? No, it runs on an automatic program, doesn't it? How about pumping blood to this side of the body? Automatic program. Creating 30,000 digestive enzymes so you can digest your food. Automatic programs. Kill 400,000 cells and create new cells in your body in any 1 second. Your subconscious mind has to do about 100 100,000 things to keep you alive. But it does them all automatically. It does them all at the same time because there's no decisions. It's just automatic, 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 automatic. Did anybody drive to work today? If you drive, here's what happens. One day you change jobs. The next day you're driving to the job and you're thinking about something else while you're driving, and you end up going on the same route and you forget. So we form habits in our subconscious mind. Try this habit. You come home from work and you're thinking about something. You can only think about one thing, so your subconscious mind does everything else. Your subconscious mind says, okay, you're going to put down your glasses, but your conscious mind is busy, so I'll take over. So your subconscious mind puts down your glasses or your car keys, and then the next morning your conscious mind can't find it. Because you can only have one thought at a time. But while you're having that thought, your subconscious mind is making decision after decision after decision in the background. It's too hot, it's 30 degrees in here. Subconscious mind says, start sweating. Oh, it's too cold, it's 17 degrees in here. Subconscious mind says, start shivering. All of your decisions are happening in the back of your mind automatically without you thinking about it. So I'm going to give you some examples, and you tell me how people make their final decision. Are you ready? How many people here ever received a telephone call from a salesman? You are on the telephone. 30 seconds. How many people here have already made a decision after 30 seconds when that salesman calls? We have made a decision very quickly to do what? Hang up, not to buy. Oh, wait. You've only been on the phone 30 seconds and you made your final decision before the salesman did their presentation. Before the salesman gave the information. You made your final decision based upon how much information? 0. Your final decision was based upon 0 information. And how quick was that decision? Microseconds, salesman, all right? Now let me tell you how you made that decision. In the back of your mind, there's programming, just like computer programs. And that program said, whoa, salesman. Let me tell you about salesman. The back of your mind, the salesman program says, salesman, oh no, hide your wallet, hide your purse, get out of there. Run, save yourself. Think of excuses. They're going to rip you off. It's going to be too good to be true. You know, there's always a catch, always a catch. You know, I had a bad experience with the salesman before. I had some programs. Those programs went to work saying, no. And you made an instant decision based upon the salesman program in the back of your head. Let's try this. Let's just talk to the ladies here for a moment. Ladies, you know who you are. Now, ladies, let me ask you a question. Ladies, have you ever, sometime in your lifetime, made up your mind about a young man, where that young man might fit in your life, and how you felt about that young man, and made that decision within the first 30 seconds of meeting that young man? In other words, after 30 seconds you meet that young man and you're thinking, idiot, jerk, or something like that. Ladies, just out of curiosity, how many ladies here have ever made up your mind about a young man in the first 30 seconds? Almost every time, right? Men, is that fair? No, that's not fair. They haven't heard our presentation yet. They haven't seen our information, our brochures, our flip chart. They made up their mind based upon almost 0 information. Based upon a program in the back of their mind about some men being jerks. But the decision was instant, automatic, based upon things in the back of their mind. The decision was made not by thinking, but by the programs of the subconscious mind. I recently graduated as a chiropractor. Y'all know what a chiropractor is, right? And I've learned a brand new technique on how to twist your head. Who wants to be first? Stop. How many people here have already made a decision? Yeah. We've already made a decision before you heard my presentation. Before you heard that I graduated at the bottom of my class. Before you heard that 30% of the people recover. Before you heard that I saw this technique on the internet. You made your final decision based upon a program in the back of your mind called survival. And your survival program says, ooh, that sounds dangerous. If I do that, maybe I might die, and my survival program says I want to live. So I'm not going to do it, and you made your final decision based upon that program in the back of your mind before you heard my information. How many of you have children? Okay. Is it okay if I take them skydiving with me? All right, now, based upon your relationship with your children, how quick was that decision? You made your final decision before you heard my presentation. Before you heard that I'm a certified skydiver. Before you heard that I'm successful 3 out of 4 times. Before you heard we're only skydiving 1 centimeter. You made your final decision before I did my information. Is that fair? No, but it's how it works. And you made your decision about that skydiving based upon your relationship with your children. For some of you, oh, no. For some of you, say, I'll push them, depending on what's happened in the past. What part of the mind made that decision? The subconscious mind. And it was based upon a program called Love of Children. I'll give you one more example. In the United States, we have a president named Obama. Everybody familiar with Obama? Obama, on Saturday, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, about 10 days from now, he's going to be doing a speech to the United Nations. And he's going to be explaining to the United Nations how he's going to get the United States and Western Europe out of debt once and for all. Depending on your belief in politicians, you've already made a decision it's going to be the greatest speech ever in the history of the world. Or you made a decision it's going to be a bunch of political gibberish like every other political leader in the world. But here's what's interesting. You've made your final decision. Is that true? And he hasn't even started his speech for 10 more days. You made your final decision, and he hasn't even started his speech for 10 more days. So let me ask you now, if you were to take a cold, hard look at how humans make up their mind and make decisions, do they make decisions on information? No. And when do they make decisions? At the end of a presentation or at the beginning? At the beginning. And here is what most people miss, is that the human brain makes their final decision before any information happens. And their final decision happens almost instantly based upon zero information. And if you're in sales, this goes against everything we've thought about. Because we want to read the presentation, we want to give them all the facts, we want to give them all the prices. But in the back of their mind, the part that makes decisions, which is the subconscious mind, the decision's already been made. How many people here realize that the back of your mind, the subconscious, is a decision-making machine that makes final decisions, 100,000 of them every second, just to keep you alive? And that's where the decisions are made. Our decisions are not made from presentations talking to the conscious mind that can only have one thought. Because you can do a presentation to the conscious mind, only one thought, and you can even convince the conscious mind. But the conscious mind has no authority. The subconscious mind is the part of the brain that makes decisions. So that's why if you are in sales, you show them all the facts, all the figures, better delivery, better prices, better this, and at the end they say, no. Because talking to the conscious mind is a waste of time for decisions. What you and I will learn to do is to get people to make an instant yes decision. Instant yes. And then we'll talk to their conscious mind with the facts and figures and data and presentations to support that decision. That's all. Does that make sense? That's how the human mind works. The human mind, if you convince the conscious part to make a decision, is useless. Let me explain. January 1 is coming up soon, right? And people set New Year's goals. How many people here have set up New Year's goals? Yeah. So my New Year's goal is going to be lose weight, exercise, eat right, be good. And how does that work? If you set a New Year's goal, how soon before you break it? I set a New Year's goal of losing weight and exercise. And then I see a donut. And it's over. Because if I think with my conscious mind, and say, oh, I've got a 70 years goal. It doesn't matter. The subconscious mind rules. So what you and I have to talk to in sales, and what you and I have to talk to when we get people to increase their production, what you and I have to talk to get cooperation with people, is their subconscious mind. And if you talk to their subconscious mind, you'll be talking to the decision-making part of the brain. So would you like to learn how to do that? Okay, so decisions are made by the automatic part of the mind that does not think, the subconscious mind. And the decisions are not made by the thinking part of the brain that people give presentations, facts, and information to. Now that we've grasped that, we can move forward and say, wait, let me change how I close prospects. Let me change how I help them make decisions. And we'll be learning more in the very next lesson.